Hello and welcome. I posted on TikTok today, which is March 31st, that I wasn't certain if I'm going live today, which is true because I'm disenchanted. I'm not happy with the lack of interaction. I am finding it more like a FaceTime than it is any other platform. I say FaceTime because there's only one friend who gives me the time of day lately, and I appreciate her very much. But I am very upset. I love TikTok because it brings me great joy to see people crafting and sharing, etc. But I'm disenchanted by the lack of interaction, and I keep getting notifications from TikTok that say, do this or do that for more interaction. Well, hello, I'm doing my part. And other people aren't commenting, aren't getting involved. So it's frustrating. On top of that, you have content creators who have work camping jobs, who are posting Amazon wish lists, etc., and semi-expecting people to purchase them things that they may or may not be able to afford at the time. And going and making a Patreon and putting things behind a paywall when people can get that information from YouTube for free. Excuse me? No, thank you. And the other thing that drives me banana crazy is being in a live where I try and interact, I say hello, I give compliments, etc., but I'm not recognized unless I am a paid member of the community. Because there are so many people in your live that you don't give a shit about the little ones who don't wish to contribute to your monetary monster. And that's just what I'm going to say right there. I used to love watching certain people, but now there's certain people that just rub me the wrong way. On top of that, I'm getting frustrated with other social media as well, which is why I'm working on other apps besides Facebook, besides Instagram. But I will share certain things on Facebook, Instagram, because that's where my audience is for the most part. I've made many written blogs about my life, which I've taken my website back to its original content, its original purpose, which was journaling, which was keeping track of my thoughts. And no, I'm not worried about making my thoughts public. I'm not worried about people stumbling across them and saying, what the fuck? I'm not concerned about that at all. And I don't give a flying fuck what people think. Because everybody in this world is two-faced, multiple personality, whether it's diagnosed or not. There is such thing as multiple personality disorder. But I'm a Scorpio. We have them naturally. And if you piss us off, we will show you the negative side. So, keep that in mind. I can only be nice for so long if I feel like I'm being mistreated. And there's the hindsight 2020 from my relationship. I saw things, but I didn't want to believe it at first. Maybe that's why I stayed with him so fucking long, was because I didn't want to believe that I was being catfished. And I don't want to say that creators on TikTok are catfishing, or are they? When you work a work camping job, but yet you can't afford certain items, yeah, and you give preferential treatment to people who buy you things, instead of the little people who have been watching you since they started their TikTok journey, who you've influenced to buy certain items. Well, what the fuck are you telling people? Two different stories. You say you're not in it for the money, but it's perfectly okay for people to buy you things off Amazon. And you make projects and you expect people to donate. When we can donate locally, which is what I do now. I used to work with Operation Gratitude. It is a wonderful company, a wonderful nonprofit. I love that we work with the troops. But sending the product to North Carolina on our own dime, yeah, can get expensive when we make a dozen or more scarves. So I'm kind of in a rut of disgruntledness. And the reason I do these podcasts is because sometimes I don't want to fill my timeline of my website with the same shit day after day. But I also don't want to fill my timeline with outrageous entertainment stories that I feel like I've posted one, now I have to continue watching that trend or watching that storyline. Speaking of storylines, my God, MTV, what the fuck are you doing? Other than exploiting children. you thought that 16 and Pregnant was going to be a life lesson type of show. Well, here we are 16 years later, and we have Caitlyn and Tyler encouraging their rabid fans to stalk Carly Davis and family. We have MTV putting locations on the screen so that it's easier for people to find information they should not have. Whoever leaked the photo of Carly and Teresa, shame on you, big time. And I've seen it on TikTok. I've taken a screenshot, but I am not posting it ever anywhere, because I just wanted to have picture proof of who I saw post it, who I saw share it. And there may be a blog coming down the pike with that information. We will see how life happens. And I'm still waiting to find out what happens with TikTok, because I have favorited, I have Twitch, I have zero interaction over there, but what's the difference between that and TikTok? I have very little interaction there. So I'm basically talking to myself, which is perfectly fine. I started this journey as a therapy for getting my mental health back in order, to get my life on paper, on audio, instead of in my head. Because if it was in my head all this time, it would drive me bananas, like it used to. So, now that I'm in my own environment, I can unload all that baggage. And whether I talk about my ex-relationship or whether I talk about things I've seen online, I don't care. It's my content. I am the creator. I am the author. I can do whatever I want. And the reason I started a Reddit is so that people can see my thoughts better. But will I share it with everybody and their brother? Maybe, maybe not, depending on how I feel. So, with that all said, I'm out of here for the moment. I have other things I need to do. I don't spend my whole day online.